Yoruba Nation, where we can do great things and also become a member of nations, because Nigeria is not a nation. Nigeria can never be a nation. Once again, I say London View live Friday. Yoruba people needs to exit Nigeria. How is that going to happen? Is part of the awareness that we are doing on a daily basis. We must never be giving up, and we must continue to ask for that exit. The exit point from Nigeria is the only way out. Moki Koikimedia team, and I greet you all depending on it is just coming up to 8:37 a.m. in London, the 10th day of the month of May. That shows that the month of May is also going, and it will be a year that President Tinubu become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I don't know whether that has changed or brought any hope to many of you. Our job here is to educate. You don't have to believe, you don't have to accept. It is entirely up to you as an individual to ask whether there is still future in the country known as Nigeria. My job is to create the awareness. Your job is to disagree with me or agree with me whether Nigeria can still work. As many people argue that Nigeria existence cannot be negotiated, I can tell you that that is a lie. The negotiation would happen, and we would eventually be free from the bondage and the shackles of what.
Yeah, you saw that someone, my controller's made a huge mistake, pushed me out early, and there's one right in front of me, so I'll just hold a few minutes. Yeah, really sorry about this. Thank you.
As we all know, our job here from the media perspective is to create awareness as much as we can and educate us with so many reasons why we need to exit Nigeria. You don't have to buy into it. You can literally disagree. That is the the nature of the human being. And you can also question why, like I said at the early hours of this morning, what is the reason why we want Yoruba Nation, and why are we not doing anything to keep Nigeria? Good morning, Mr. Waris Jinadu say no Agbero politics, no Agbero political talks, no lines, men, no Agbero conductors. Good morning, Mr. Yawa Olori Ajayi. Babami John Ogundele, Ganiolo Yede, we Yoruba people must go from the unfunctioning Nigeria. Mukiola Nikbekun and the rest of you that I cannot see. If you don't comment, I might not see you. And if you comment on the Facebook, is a cross-posting, so Ori Koikimedia to do an economic mathematics. I will not see you from Koikimedia, but I know a lot of you do put comment. I cannot reply your comment after the program because I am restricted on Facebook, and that is also part of the problem that we are facing on our platform on a daily basis. As you all know, we do these once in a while when I'm out and about in the morning, doing my own normal routine, trying not to make it look like UK is the best. There are many countries around the world that are better than UK, but our concern is that the British created the fraudulent amalgamation and make it look like we are still part of the Commonwealth and we should save Nigeria, and we all know that is not going to work. Shout out to you, Innovate, and as many of you that are also watching us. Agbaje Wasio, good morning. Mr. Emabino Sunday Adebanjo. It's a bit sunny. That means that we're coming into a very beautiful summer period in London. As I always say, it's a privilege to be outside Nigeria for a very long time and to be able to experience what Awolowo was experiencing in 1945 when Egbeomo Oduduwa was established here in London. From 1945 till now, the Yoruba people are doing very well around the world, but we seem to be doing less in the southwest known as Nigeria, because Nigeria is holding our future. Not literally Nigeria, because when we say Nigeria, it is those corrupt politicians that are telling you that having a political system that is a failed one, establishing political party that doesn't represent you, because Oba vote for APC, APC mafia je. Oba vote for PDP, PDP mafia je. So from the end goal, it has always been one catastrophe or the other that has led to the military taking over the affairs of Nigeria for a very long time, and they've enriched themselves. Most of them have died, most of them are still alive. The military, literally with the help of the European countries and the West, created havoc to the lives of millions of innocent people. So our military took advantage, created coup. Most of them were doing all this because they have guns. Today, the Yoruba people don't have guns, but we have the media to fight back and educate as many people as we do. And that is why it is important that when you come on the program, by not sharing it, media. If you think that any of the international media or the media from around the world will come to your plight, you will be living in denial. Zebra crossing is important because you know, àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń rí orí wọn pé méjì ju orí ọmọ tó wà nílé lọ, but ọmọ tó wà nílé abuse, ẹ̀pà, pàgógóró, no future for them. So this morning, my key brother me, Yemi Fatoki, is just again the usual. Kako sọ̀rọ̀ méjì mẹ́ta to encourage ourselves not to lose hope. You don't have to be in London if Yoruba land was working, or if Nigeria was truly meant to work. London will not be anything to you. It will just be like, oh, àwọn òyìnbó ló pọ̀ níbí báyìí, àwọn dúdú kankan náà dẹ̀ ń gbé níbẹ̀. But unfortunately, in Yoruba land, there is zero education. Majority of our children are out of school. Majority ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti ṣetán gan ní university does not have, you know, any job or any prospect of future. Àwọn tó níṣẹ́ gan, they are more or less like, you know, half dead and half alive. Many people have studied or trained for something, but they've not been able to make use of it. Nítorí pé Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́. Mo kí bàbá wa Ṣítù Ọmọ́wùnmí, mo kí ìyá mi Abọ́sẹ̀dé Kalẹ́sanwó, Joanne Agnes, good morning, and the rest of you again that we might not be able to see because it's a cross-posting broadcast on Facebook, and if you're commenting the other platforms, we will not be able to see you. As always, as we say, the Yoruba people have become a very powerful indigenous people, but the backwardness to one Nile Yoruba is taking us backwards, and that is why we are saying, let us come into a roundtable discussion. Moki Mr. Falabi Kayode, let us dissolve the union. How do we do that? First and foremost, we can bring down the constitution, because the fraudulent 1999 Moki Babami Shitu Omawome S. Moki Boba in grandma and your grandfathers, Moki and your sisters and your brothers, mo kẹ́ni tó jù mí lọ, mo kẹ́ni tí mo jù lọ, mo ṣe bá àbọ̀rú àbọ̀yè, mo ṣe assalamu alaikum. And like I always say, and I do always say it on my platform, I don't talk about other platforms, you will not come here and abuse Christians or Muslims. Kò ń ṣe right láti sọ pé ẹ̀sìn tó gbé wá, ẹ̀sìn kìíní kan. Keep to your own faith and allow others to respect their own religious belief. And I know that most of the people that always come and say that, you will not be able to say that wherever you are, if you're especially living in the diaspora, because the consequence of you speaking the ills of another religion would be you will face some consequences. So kí ló wá dé tó jẹ́ pé láàrin ara wa ẹ máa ń wá fẹ́ antagonize Christianity àti Islam. Leave those that believe in it and let them practice it as they wish to. The purpose of asking for Yoruba Nation is not because we hate Christians or we hate Islam. The purpose is to say that we do not just want to be part of a system that was created for us and it's not working. And as usual, as you see this all the time when we travel on the London public transport, all we are saying is that for 63 years, with the wealth and the resources that Nigeria have, we've not been truly able to fix all our problems because Nigeria was never designed to work. Nigeria was designed to fail. And if anybody thinks that Mokiya Milen can say Abosede tí mo fi tẹlẹ́dùmarè dárúkọ àríyọ̀ kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ kí ẹ pẹ́ fún wa gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá tí ẹ pọ̀n wá pẹ̀lú ọ̀já pé ká má bàa jábọ́, torí àdúrà àwọn kan ni pé kí a lè jábọ́ kí wọ́n lè fi wá ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, ká lè ṣì sọ kí nǹkan lè má dáa kó lè má lọ bá ṣe fẹ́. We are not fighting any Yoruba people that doesn't believe in the movement. All we are saying is that, are you sure that there is going to be a future? Whether when we are still alive, we pray that we live a long life, but according to the World Health Organization, Muke Bolaji Abdullahi, we know that many of us will not live up to 52 years, but we pray that we live a long life. Ǹjẹ́ tí a bá gbé ayé tán, táwa lọ síbi tágbà ń rè, what future do we want to prepare for the next generation? What future do we want to give? And this is why we are asking those that are our elders in the community and those that call themselves the leaders that meant to be the forefront of what we are doing. We are trying to make Nigeria to work. Yes, if you have a dream to be in London, I pray it will come true. Just work towards it, put the right document, apply for the right visa, and look, you could be lucky to get a visa. I want to make a decision on visa. And they are not ghosts. They are human beings like us. Some of them are probably in their 30s. Some of them are older than that. If you have the right requirements and you apply for the visa, you can get a visa, not just to UK, but anywhere around the world. So I pray that those of you that wants to make it to London or America, Canada, Asia, Turkey, wherever you want to, will eventually come true. What Koikimedia does is to just give you the live view. Look, it's quiet, you get busy, there's traffic, there's crime, like I told you this morning, there's opportunity, there's pain. I was reading, I seems to be the only one in the bus today, so you can feel the bus when if you look at that, I'm going to be showing you one at a time. So if you look at that, you can see that the bus is empty. Only bus, Roy. So you can feel bus in. So if you look at it, look at how clean it is. These are just the system that has been put in place. This is the system to move any Oshodi. tí mo fẹ́ ní Ọ̀yọ́, tí mo fẹ́ ní Èkìtì. Let me also show you in Taiwan. You can see the bus system. This is exactly what we want in all the local governments in Yoruba land. Tíyàn kan ní manipulate yàn kan, tíyàn kan ní intimidate yàn kan. And like I always mention that UK has its own multiple problems. Mo ń ka paper àtàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Jabs plea over whooping mammies. Wọ́n ní ọmọ márùn-ún ó ti kú látara cough bug. As much as people might think that people do not die, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi èmi àti wọn sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá. I'm not going to mention his name. He's called me, and there were things that concerns a lot of people, and we spoke about it. Mo kí ẹ bá ń kí Alhaji. Ọba Elédùmarè kò ní fi wá sílẹ̀. Ẹ má ẹ kí ọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba Nation kó sú yín. Regardless, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa rántí pé láàárọ̀ diesel lọ́dọ̀ is £1.54, epo is £1.45. That is the cost of the price per litre. Ìyẹn lọ́dọ̀ tiwa. I think in Nigeria it's going to about 1,000 naira, and black market are going up to 2,000 naira. System is designed to work towards the citizens. Gbogbo àdúgbò tẹ́ ń rí ló ní doctor, ló ní àwọn tó manage affairs, which is the local government. Kò sí kankan tó yàtọ̀ ju pé tí system bá ti fail, like the Nigerian system, everybody is then asking for a prayer or a miracle. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn Mùsùlùmí ní gbogbo àgbáyé títí dé Saudi Arabia tó ti máa kí Jímọ̀ lénìí. I always show you this church. There's a church yẹn lẹ́ ń wò ní bíbá. Ẹ bá wo church yẹn nísìn, wọ́n ti tilẹ̀kùn church yẹn. Nobody is there. Everybody is gone to. That is the church for the benefit of those of you. Church yẹn lẹ́ ń wò yẹn. Ilẹ̀kùn church yẹn wà ní títì. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó ń tọrọ owó níbẹ̀. But unfortunately, we're having issues, I think, with the internet. Hopefully it comes back. But we're going to end the program anyway. Let me just bring it back to my face so that I can start winding down, because like I always say, I'm going to catch the train. I have other engagements that we deal with. As always, what we tend to say on our platform is that I don't know, we're running, I don't know whether it's my internet that is running low, but for whatever reason, something seems not to be working. So, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa rántí pé kò sí freedom wọ́n kì í ta ní mọ́ṣáláṣí. Èèyàn lè gbàdúrà láti ta freedom ní mọ́ṣáláṣí pé k'Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí a rí freedom, but nobody sells the freedom for you. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó ń tà. You just have to walk towards the freedom. And freedom is not cheap. It is expensive. It can cost lives, and it can also cost, havoc. Tẹ́ bá rí pé Fúlàní ní 2021 July 1st, ọjọ́ burúkú tó fẹ́ pa Olóyè Ìgbòho sílé. The reason why they wanted to kill Chief is because the same reason tó fẹ́ pa Bọ́lá Ìgè, the same reason náà ló fi pa Olóyè ní July 1st. Kódà àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan wà excited, they were happy pé tó bá Olóyè pa, but a dúpẹ́ pé that did not happen. That failed. Now, ẹ̀yin rò pé àwọn tí wọ́n ń jẹ nínú the operation of Nigeria, and there are many of them, there are many countries around the world that are doing one business or one engagement with Nigeria, whether legitimately or illegitimately. Those countries does not want us to be free, because Nigeria is a place that they are also using as part of their engagement. So àwa máa fẹ́ ẹ má bínú bọ́ọ̀sì tó ń tàn yẹn ló ń jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ máa ṣe gbàkàgbòkò. Remember, we are not at home, so there's a lot of movement on the road. So, and we're going to end the broadcast anyway in just about a few minutes. So, if you are expecting that àwọn òyìnbó tí wọ́n mú nínú resources wa, àwọn Chinese, àwọn Lebanese, and they're very powerful. They are very, very powerful, and they are not ready to allow the dissolution of Nigeria. Our politicians were to sign oríṣiríṣi contract pẹ̀lú wọn, whether one way or the other. What we can then be asking our people is that gbogbo ìtẹ̀ ń complain nílé nísìnyí pé nǹkan ń ṣe yín, Nigeria on tight, wọ́n gbẹ̀jẹ̀ lára yín, nothing seems to be working. Ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ bi yín ni pé ṣé tí election bá tún dé, tí 2027 election tó bá dé, ṣé ẹ tún máa lọ dìbò? Lórí tí driver yìí ń drive bíi tí kò mu àgbo ẹ̀ pé láàárọ̀ yìí. Ṣé tí election bá dé, are you still going to go out and vote? Are you going to vote because bóyá torí ẹ̀ láìkí current APC, ẹ lọ vote for PDP, àbẹ́ ẹ lọ vote for Labour Party? Mo mọ̀ pé ẹni vote for Sowore anyway, so Sowore is just wasting his time trying to get the vote from the masses. Ẹni vote for, even though if he becomes the president, he can make a lot of changes. But the only changes in life is for us to demand our fundamental rights, which is to say that Nigeria àjọṣepọ̀ wa ó ti fail, kò ní kankan tó ń gbé wa lọ, and for every day we sleep, we wake up, we sleep, we wake up. Each of those days tá bá ṣì wà nínú Nigeria, right? It doesn't matter how old you are, age yẹn ń grow. Age tó wà nígbà Buhari òun kọ́ ni ó wà nísìn. Buhari spent 8 years. Mo kí àwa Awoniyi, mo kí àtó bí mi lọ́mọ. 8 years ni Buhari lò. And after 8 years, just ask yourself, even if you are not living in Nigeria, bóyá o ní kankan tó ń ṣe Nigeria, o ní project kan tó fẹ́ ṣe, àbí kankan ń wẹ̀ lọ́kàn tó fẹ́ ṣe. After tí Buhari parí 8 years ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú age tẹ, what do you think about it? Ọmọ Buhari dẹ̀ lò 8 years ṣá. Nígbà tó kó tó dé, I was 41. Nígbà tó máa fi lọ, I was 49. Ó dẹ̀ rí nǹkan kan ṣe. Nínú ẹ̀ ni Buhari destroy the whole economy. Nínú ẹ̀ ó tún kó àwọn jàǹdùkú wọlé tó ń pè ní terrorist láti ṣe jàǹbá fún wa. Nínú ẹ̀ ó favour àwọn tiẹ̀, ó sọ wọ́n di oríṣiríṣi, ó fún wọn ní, wọ́n play monopoly. Tinubu is playing the same thing, and is also marginalizing many other people, you know. But the only option, before I close the broadcast right now, is that don't be deceived that tá bá tún lọ ṣe election, ká lọ dìbò. Ṣé rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n wà nílé, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń sáré pé ẹ̀yin náà fẹ́ ṣe councillor, ìwọ náà fẹ́ ní kọ́ fún ẹ ní position. Look, if the system was working, you know what wà níbí báyìí, we're not interested in politics. We just want to carry along with our day-to-day activities, let the system work. O fẹ́ ṣe Uber ni, o fẹ́ ṣe nurse ni, o fẹ́ ṣe doctor ni, o fẹ́ ṣe teacher ni, o fẹ́ máa tajà ni, o fẹ́ máa export ni, o fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ fún private sector ni, o fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ fún. We just want the country to have the system in place, and we crack on. But in Nigeria, the only business that people see is politics, and that is why it is do or die. That is why you send yourself to the early grave. Ìyẹn lẹ ṣe ń ṣoògùn fúnra yín, ẹ máa ń rọra yín ní oògùn, ẹ máa ń ṣèkà fúnra yín, because it is the only way to make quick money. especially if you get to the top part of it. But ṣe wá rẹ̀ ń tẹ́ wà ní grassroots yẹn, wọ́n kàn fẹ́ yín play game, agbárí yín síbí, gbárí yín sọ̀hún. And that is why I'm asking before I go, ṣé o máa tún lọ vote in 2027?
W8.
Would you take a PVC and go and vote? Ask yourself that question, and I'll leave you like that this morning. Ẹ̀rípò wà very calm láàárọ̀ yìí, ẹ̀ máa wá bẹ̀ lẹ́ǹkankan. Mo kí gbogbo Mùsùlùmí káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé tó máa kí Jímọ̀ lénìí. Mo kẹ́yìn Christians, mo kẹ́yìn ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe wa. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko. Mo kí wa pé lágbára Elédùmarè gbogbo àníyàn wa lórí ìrìn àjò pé a fẹ́ dá dúró, a bọ́ sí, a wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Gbogbo àwọn tó wá ń takò, àfàyín lọ́lọ́run lọ́wọ́, àfàyín lọ́lọ́run lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run ní kò sẹ́ni tóun dá tóun lè mú. Bóyá n táwa ń fẹ́ yẹn n tó dá ni tàfi ń sọ pé a fẹ́. Torí tó bá dá, a gbọ́dọ̀ máa béèrè pa fẹ́. In tó dá là ń béèrè, but àwọn ìran kan wà, ìran oríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà tó fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran Yorùbá kó ní ìlọsíwájú. Ẹ̀pọ̀ Yorùbá mi gẹ́tà síbi. Mo kí Pastor Mo, mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ, mo kí bàbá Kítóyè. Àráyè parí program Awólọ́wọ̀ lánàá. I had an internet glitch and it messed up the whole broadcast. But if I can still crack on, but at least we did an hour, which is still okay, at least to reflect the legend and the man that saw tomorrow. A lot of our own, rí ọ̀la, kò ń ṣàwọn olóṣèlú yín o, but they just don't want us to be free. Àwa la máa demand fún pé a fẹ́ lọ. There are so many ways to go out of Nigeria, but we are just trying to be the ọmọlúàbíes. And I think that is the best option for now. Other options will not be looked into. And on that note, gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé àṣeyọrí la máa ṣe. Gbogbo bí kíbi tẹ́ bá wà, ọba Elédùmarè wà pẹ̀lú wa. Mo kí our Grace Olúṣòótọ́. And on that note, we will catch up when we do catch up again. Koiki ìgbà wo ló máa ń ṣe program? I don't have a time. When I come live, you join me. Tẹ́ bá bá ní live, every repeated one. And as we always say, it is just what we love to do. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Christian, ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ máa tẹ̀síwájú pẹ̀lú àdúrà pé gbogbo bí tó di ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́, kọ́ba Elédùmarè kó bá wa tú. Mo kí àmì wúrà Abioti. Shalom to everyone. Yawa Comfort Ologunja and the rest of you, whether we mention your name or not. Mo kí Olóyè Ìgbòho, mo kí gbogbo àwọn leaders wa. Ẹ rántí kẹ́ dáwó sínú YSDA, very very important. Ká lè prepare, ká lè gbáradì fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ rally tí a lè ṣe. Torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní ìgbà tí Tinubu ti dé, àṣẹ rally, gbogbo wa ti dákẹ́, kò sí pa dákẹ́. But we need money to run the rallies. We need money. Money kẹ́ dáwó yẹn fẹ́ mi, ẹ dá sínú YSDA. It is important. Without money, you cannot do anything. Owó ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe, owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìyìn rere. Bó o bá pariwo, ká pariwo gbogbo media lórí social media. Tó o bá sí owó, àkàntanra wa ni. And like I always say, ìyà olórí burúkú tó dé yẹn, òun ló distort gbogbo nonsense yẹn. And Yoruba ò tí gba country o, don't be deceived, but we are working towards to have an independent country. Yoruba Nation, no going back. Shalom.